वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदीर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Thank you for kindly joining us in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we continue our study. King Chitraketu meets the Lord. And as the pastime is progressing, King Chitraketu, he is experiencing his realizations, his deep meditation, his prayers, his heartfelt prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's pouring out the love in his heart. Human life is actually meant for realization. Human life is meant for experience. Prabhupada's purpose, they are his realizations altogether. They are his experience, they are his meditation. And we can dive ourselves into a glimpse, we can get a glimpse. How can we be more appreciative of the devotion, say, of Prabhupada, of the surrender of acharyas, of presently present devotees? Through good attentive listening, through good attentive reading, through good attentive japa. Someone is a human being who can understand the heaviness, or perhaps the weight of obligation. Who can understand what does it mean, obligation, like as it says in the translation. Us practicing Krishna consciousness, we are not doing a favor on Lord Shri Krishna. Neither are we doing a favor on our acharyas, on Prabhupada, on spiritual masters, on presently present devotees. No. It is acharyas, spiritual master, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Lord Shri Krishna, they are bestowing favor, ultimate favor upon all of us. And in reciprocation, as they say in Braj Bhakti, in Braj mood, and this is the theme, the proper message or the theme or the realization of Bhagavad Dharma. प्रेम भक्ति भंडार की बड़ी अनोखी बात, ज्यो ज्यो खर्चे त्यों बढ़े, जो रखे घट जात. Meaning, the bhandar means storage. Prem bhakti. Krishna bhakti is prema bhakti. So this love, Krishna prem, the storage of Krishna prem, the more one distributes, the more one gives out, the more one shares, the more one freely gives it out, the more one is more inundated with it. The more one receives, further one receives it. And complete paradox in society, the more I give out something, I am in short of. The more I give out something. The more I give time in the practice of Krishna consciousness, the more I will realize that I am more in having time. I am doing nice time management. I am finding myself in good time. And a day will come when we will be transferred into eternal time zone, wherein we can see in being aesthetic, but time is static. Being ecstatic, but time is static. Now, being ecstatic, what does it mean? Being ecstatic means there's some engagement, there's some activity, there's something happening, some motion, some commotion perhaps. But time is still. Time is still. Material world means time is ticking. We are all in a chase. We are all being followed. Followed by whom? Death. All over. We all are being followed by death in the form of time. But if we realize our eternal nature, if we realize our true identity, our potential, if we understand Bhagavad Dharma, take shelter of the Bhagavad Dharma, then still we will be followed by that. But that will be just capturing the body, just the body. This is why we have to go deep in our sadhana, very deep in our sadhana. Not at the mental platform, not just at the mental platform. Yoga is not just to control the mind and senses. Krishna consciousness is not just to have a good control over mind and senses so I can have a balanced and peaceful life. That is the beginning. It goes even beyond. And when one can see some glimpse of this sort of happiness experience in the practice of Krishna consciousness, one shouldn't shy away then. One should continue excelling, continue excelling. Otherwise, we all are being followed or haunted by time and many other factors, heavily caught up in the modes of material nature. A sadhaka is one who ever feels obligated, who never feels privileged, in the sense who never feels honored or taking it as a claim or an honor or like a promotion. In the sense, oh wow, I have been promoted now, I can offer art. I've been promoted, wow, that I can lead kirtans. I've been promoted, I can give classes and all. That should never be the mentality, that should never be the attitude, that should never be the claim. Everything should be seen as service. Everything. Now, one thing is to be seen as service, should be seen as service, means I have to mentally exercise my mind. How can I see this as service? Means it is not coming natural. There has to be some push, some calculation going in my mind to settle, to relax myself and to understand, okay, this is a service. But when we go deep in our sadhana, deep in our japa, deep in our reading, hearing, then it has to come as a natural proclivity. I long to serve the mission of Mahaprabhu. I desire to serve the mission of Mahaprabhu. And then it has to come as a natural proclivity amongst all of us in whatever engagements we do. Be it cleaning the prasadam hall, be it cleaning the house, whatever we do as a natural proclivity in das anudas consciousness. So, taking shelter of the lotus feet or understanding Bhagavad Dharma means going further deep in our sadhana to subconsciousness level and even furthermore. Something we have to attain, understand the Turiya Sthiti, the Turiya stage, as in the fourth dimension. One is a sleeping state, ignorant state, sleeping state, bodily state. One is awakened state or trying to awakening, trying to awaken. Another is awakened state, okay, awakened. And Turiya state is something beyond the modes of material nature. Nicely situated. And us practicing Krishna consciousness in the line of Mahaprabhu, under the parampara of Mahaprabhu, under the mission of the vision of the Mahaprabhu, of Rupa Goswami, of Acharyas, we have to aim for Bhav Bhakti. We have to aim for Asakti. That doesn't come easy. Bhagavad Dharma, understanding Bhagavad Dharma doesn't come so easy. This is why a desperate, a call, a cry has to come about. Cry has to come about in bhajan altogether. Practicing Krishna consciousness also, there has to be lots and lots of turning points in our life. Lots and lots of breakthroughs in our life. If we do not relish, if we do not encourage, if we do not entertain to take such Krishna conscious breakthroughs in our life as a platform to further excel in Krishna consciousness, then what we will encounter is breakdowns. Breakdowns we will encounter in our life. That, studies is a problem now, thesis is a problem now, dissertation a problem now, marriage a problem now, job a problem now, health a problem now. Countless breakdowns will come in our life. Doesn't matter if one has taken a monastic life or living in society, a family life. Breakdowns come everywhere. Breakdowns don't discriminate that, this is in a temple environment, I cannot enter here. No. They come everywhere. Now the way to see them breakdowns is through good association and making it as an opportunity to break through, for breakthrough. Who did not go through a breakdown? Did Prabhupada not go through a breakdown? Did Arjuna not go through a breakdown? Did Vyasadeva, who gave us Srimad Bhagavatam, he himself went through a breakdown. Chitraketu went through a breakdown. King Chitraketu. Who hasn't gone through a breakdown in life? But one who remembers the breakdowns and one who understands this obligation. That where was I loitering in this material world? Where could I have been until and unless being saved by devotees? So this kritagyata, gratitude, this is the symptom of someone who is a live person. Merely breathing does not make one a human. Merely breathing does not make one a living entity as such. Someone is a living person based on how much life is he carrying. Life means what? Vision, purpose, sincerity, dedication, some aim and aspiration. Living by it, values, ethics, morality, and furthermore, there's a difference between living and existing. There's a huge difference. Externally is existing, internally is living. Externally, everyone wakes up. Someone wake up 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whenever. But everyone wakes up. Everyone breathes, everyone brushes their teeth and so on and so forth and carries on with their duties. But that is more external. That is on the existing platform, yes. I exist. But now Bhagavad Dharma teaches us to not exist, live life. By taking into the process of Krishna consciousness. By building a relationship with Krishna. by building a relationship with Vaishnavas, we try to understand our identity. So much of love we are carrying for Krishna, we don't even know. We don't know what is our real potential, how much of love we care for Krishna, how much of love we have actually for Vaishnavas, how much of compassion we have for society, we do not know. This is where the role of a sadhu comes in life. Sadhu is someone who can unearth that potential. Why does Messi, the world's probably the best football player, Cristiano Ronaldo, even they have a coach, right? Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, whosoever, every sport, there is a coach. It's not like they need very much mentoring and all, but still someone to fine tune, someone to ignite that potential, someone to keep one in humble, someone to keep one in the right track. But us, we are very raw in the practice of Krishna consciousness, tremendously raw. So we need lots of looking after, we need lots and lots of care, engagement, cultivation. And how can we not be obligated? How can I not be obliged or feel that obligation? What does obligation mean, by the way? Yeah, beautiful, very nice. Yes, Pepe, are you saying something? Yeah, thank you, Jayananda Prabhu. Obligation, that. How can I not feel this indebtedness? Kritagyata, gratitude. And ways to check, had I not been blessed by devotee association, one can check for himself or herself, where would one have been now? What would one have been doing now? Bhagavad Dharma means taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As we understand through the writings and teachings of Prabhupada, Dharma means what? One's constitutional position, one's constitutional duty, one's constitutional nature. One's constitutional identity is there in one's constitutional position, nature, or functioning or duty. That is where lies one's constitutional identity as well. And Bhagavat Dharma, not just Dharma, Bhagavat Dharma. That which helps us express our love, express our heartfelt love, which helps us express our heartfelt love which we have for Lord Shri Krishna. Our relationship with Krishna. That is Bhagavad Dharma. Completely uncontaminated, completely sacred, completely pure. Shri Shikharantaya Mayapur Sashi ki jai. Anya abhilashita shunyam gyan karmadi anavritam. No more desire, no other desire. That is like words like nishkinchana. That no desire for materially motivated desire. Means there is no duplicity inside and outside. We are practicing Krishna consciousness, so we cannot say we are in ignorance as such. We are trying to transition ourselves from ignorance to knowledge and situate ourselves nicely in knowledge and attain wisdom. And furthermore, how we deal in this world is, Bhagavad Dharma means essentially loving Krishna, pure love for Krishna. And how we deal in this world is, in say religious settings, spiritual settings, many times like our consciousness is what? That more fear-based worship, or more desire-based worship, or more duty-based worship? How much do we do love-based worship? And Bhagavad Dharma teaches us to come to the platform of love-based worship. And love-based worship means what? Not neglecting duty. And that is the criteria. There are some benchmarks or criteria. Love-based duty means loving Krishna with my heart and soul fully proper. It's not I'm doing an obligation or I'm doing a duty that I'm practicing Krishna consciousness. No. It's not a matter of duty. We do not share a relationship with Guru and Gaurang at the duty platform, or we should not. Should be shared at the heart platform, at the love platform. Duty is where? Duty in this material world. Lord Brahma, he is desiring. In Brahma Vimohan Leela we see Lord Brahma desires to attain Godhead. Of course, who wouldn't desire after seeing the Kamaniya pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna? Pip, you may bring Srimad Bhagavatam 10, 14, 41. Let's read the purport. 41. You can share on the screen and on StreamYard as well, maybe. So, Lord Brahma, seeing the Kamaniya, the beautiful pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna, hankered, desired for transcendental realm. And actually, these are our acharyas. These are our acharyas. They are paving the path. They are letting us know how to do bhakti. What is bhakti? How to do that bhakti. But there should not be transgression or jumping over. In the sense, okay, I'm just loving Krishna and I've got nothing to do with this world. No. How do we show our love? By being duty bound, nicely duty bound. 10, 14, 41, what does the purport say? Read the purport.
Although Lord Brahma had prayed to take birth as a blade of grass in Vrindavan, or even in the area surrounding Vrindavan, Lord Krishna, by his silent response to Brahma's prayers, indicated that Brahma should return to his own abode. First, Brahma had to complete his personal devotional service of universal creation. Then he could come to Vrindavan and get the mercy of the inhabitants there. In other words, a devotee should always be attentive to executing his personal devotional service properly. This is more important than trying to live in the Lord's abode.
Beautiful. I think Prabhupada gave purpose till chapter 13 or 14, I believe till chapter 13, but Prabhupada's disciples, a disciple who is a disciple, he is an extension of his spiritual master. A disciple should be an extension of his spiritual master. As in extension meaning what? There's no duplicity. Should be no duplicity. One who hankers to understand the message as it is. The message is in the heart. Rupa Goswami desired, longed, hankered. He blessed enough himself to read the mind of Mahaprabhu. So one who can read the hearts and mind of his Guru Maharaj and then spread it out, share it out all together. So beautiful purport. Look, first is attentive duty. We have to give some trust to Krishna, right? We have to give some level of trust. And it cannot be, we can never be like a devotee, okay, we are negligent of our responsibilities or duties and aiming towards transcendence. No, we are not at that level. There are acharyas, there are saintly people who are completely saint Turiya Sthiti, the fourth stage and even beyond same. For them there is no obligation. As in society also we see, right? What? From a pensioner, there is not much expectation or demands. For someone who is living a retired life. And government supports, society supports, and yes, one should look after their health and well-being altogether. Why? Because they have lived their life, set the culture, set the duties, performed their duties, and set the culture and everything in society, whatever was required. And now it's not much of an obligation from them that they have to be stuck up in duty level altogether. But for us, we have to perform nicely in our engagements. But internally, we should be hankering for love for Krishna. We all are sons or daughters, right? We all are sons or daughters. Now, we should practice Krishna consciousness as a devotee son or a devotee daughter. What does that mean? That means we do not neglect our duties, but prioritizing Krishna consciousness. We do not neglect our duties, but prioritizing Krishna consciousness. And if I do not prioritize Krishna consciousness, if I do not prioritize sadhu sangha, if I do not value devotee association, sadhu sangha, if I do not value japa, reading, hearing, I would struggle to do my duty nicely. Arjuna was a fighter. Krishna made him a devotee fighter. That is what we all are playing roles. We have to play roles. We cannot shy away. We cannot escape. But how can we first prioritize understanding Bhagavad Dharma and then live duty bound? We have to love Krishna and live duty bound in this material world. Until and unless we are so much used as an instrument in the hands of Krishna that we cannot perform even our duty. That were Brajvasis. Those were Brajvasis. They were so much in deep attachment, deepest attachment towards Lord Shri Krishna. In Braj Bhakti, in that mood, they were struggling to do their household work properly. Because their minds and hearts so absorbed and in tune with the divine Kapalse. And that is a state when one is naturally lost. One is naturally lost. There are two personalities only in this world who are ever happy, or who are most happy, say, almost all the times. Yascha Muda Mate Loke. Yascha Buddha Paramgata. It comes in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:7-17. Yascha Muda Mata Loke, Yascha Buddha Paramgata. Tao Abho Sukham Eta. So, one who is very in deep ignorance, he is very happy. Why? Because he's someone, say, who is completely lazy and crazy. Absorption is something very valuable. If someone is very much into drinking, if someone is very much into drugs or drinking, he can find absorption or happiness when he's 24 hours, 7 days a week, completely intoxicated. Then he wouldn't worry. And a totally drunk, intoxicated person, if he's beaten also by someone, he doesn't feel the pain at all. Why? Because he's so intoxicated. Yascha Buddhe Paramgata. Another one who is a swan-like personality, who is above the modes of material nature, who is very transcendental, who is very realized, very renounced, very situated in Bhagavad Dharma, means completely under the care and shelter of the internal potency. For him also, material energy cannot catch him. The one who is completely ignorant, material energy is catching him, but is so deep in ignorance, he is not feeling the pain. And one who is so elevated that material energy has not a control over him. They both are very blessed. And who are we? We are the in-betweeners. We are the in-betweeners. We are neither too much in Maya, nor we are in perfectly or very nicely grounded in Krishna consciousness. So trouble is, in life, trouble is only in the betweeners, in the in-between. Trouble is only when we are transitioning. Now we are transitioning to come out of Maya and go into Krishna consciousness fully. So this is why the pangs and the trouble. Trouble is only for the in-betweeners. Say as an example, like sometimes it is observed some people, they struggle climbing into the escalator, right? So and it's just like putting first feet in, second feet in and situated. Once climbed into the escalator, then fine, okay. Just hold the rails and go up. But struggle is what? Getting into it. And then hold the rails and go up. And then again struggle what? Coming out of it. Struggle is always in the in-betweener. And it is this in-between stage, if we can protect ourselves, and we have to go towards victory in life. Go towards victory in life. Okay, on this note, maybe I will take a pause if there are any thoughts, questions, comments, or clarifications.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. It's a very nice class. I really like this thing you say, a disciple is an extension of his spiritual master. That's very nice. I'm wondering, then, even with Prabhupada's disciples or with anyone's disciples, then we see so much variation, so, so many different moods, all with the same spiritual master. I wonder if you could just speak about this a bit.
Nice question. Disciple should be the extension of his spiritual master. Disciple should embody the mood of his spiritual master, and this would come a bit naturally through deep prayer, through deep interest, through hankering and longing. This is what Guru Parampara means. Chain of disciplic succession. Chain meaning uninterrupted. Bhagavad Dharma is uninterrupted. As it says in the purport also, Narad Muni and others and the humble servants, Prabhupada, Sukdev Goswami and all. So the chain of uninterrupted devotion, when we come in the chain of Guru Parampara, which is uninterrupted. Now, a disciple, he should pray for embodying the mood of his spiritual master. And this is something which comes out of mercy, which comes out of blessing, as in which comes out naturally. Blessings are there, but we need to earn it. We need to work. We need to cry for it. We need to have it. So, a disciple, he should be an extension of his spiritual master, and he should not deviate. Deviation is not the quality of a sadhaka. No. He should not deviate from the Bhagavad culture, the Bhagavad Parampara, the Bhagavad Dharma. Deviation means what? Taking matters in one's hand. No, that is not the culture. Independently taking matters in one's hand, which is outside the teachings of the Bhagavad Dharma, the Bhagavad culture, which is not authorized or sanctioned by the spiritual master. One could be a very good writer. One could be a very good writer and write very nice book. But if the spiritual master doesn't authorize or sanction, one shouldn't go ahead and write books and get it published and say, this is dedicated to my spiritual master and furthermore say. It is much better to be doing something authorized. Krishna says that understand your prescribed duty and live by it, do by it. Again, our problem is we struggle to be in the present, or we struggle to understand what is expected from me, what is wanted from me, that beauty level. And we like jumping. We like jumping. Human mind means what? Conditioned mind. Means what? Equivalent to a monkey mind. Means what? Jumping mind. What is there? I'm not so much fascinated by it, but I like to jump. I like to jump. So this jumping is not good. Stability has to be there. And this is why further more grounding, further more good association, in developing a relationship with one spiritual master, with one Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. And preaching is for myself only. Preaching is for myself. Preaching is to oneself. Preaching is others may not be needing preaching, but it is I who needs the most preaching forever. That mood has to be understood. And once one understands the mood and all, then he wouldn't want to deviate. He wouldn't want to think that, okay, yes, I can also act now, I can also, like he's an extension. He should be, a disciple should see himself, his body, mind, soul, everything as the property of his Guru Maharaj. That is discipleship. Taking oneself, one's existence to be the property of his Guru Maharaj. Meaning, becoming an instrument in the hands of his Guru Maharaj. Then everything is there. See, this dialogue Krishna has with Arjuna, they run parallel in the sense, Krishna is giving us the best disciple and Guru disciple say the course. Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita 11:33, Tasmat tvam uttishta yuddha yashalabasva bhuktya shatrum bhunkya rajyam. So now get up Arjuna, therefore get up Arjuna and fight. Yameva ete nihitam purvameva. By my energy, by my arrangement, pre-arrangement, everything is decided. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. You just become an instrument in the hands of the Lord, in my hands. Likewise, the spiritual master has already paved, say, the path for Godhead for his disciple. If I can just be an instrument in the hands of the spiritual master. If I can just allow myself to be used by the spiritual master. This is the beauty of Prabhupada. He thoroughly allowed himself to be used by his spiritual master. That is Bhagavad Dharma, that is Bhagavad culture. Not jumping over. No. Not taking that. And if an iota of this belief comes in my system, what? I am advanced now. I am any better now. I am better. That will push us, I don't know, millions of miles or millions of lives away from Krishna, away from our goal, away from Bhagavad Dharma, away from attaining the transcendental world. Even if an iota of this thought I am entertaining, that wow, I've become actually quite better now, I've become very advanced, I've come a long way and all. We cannot entertain such thoughts, I've come a long way. What long way? The distance is still far off from us. So what long way are we speaking? This is why going out distributing books and all, it is us who need the preaching continuous. And when I firmly fix myself in this consciousness, then I can expect the mercy of Mahaprabhu, or then mercy will penetrate. Mosama patita Prabhu na pai beara. These are not play with words. These are not some grammatical compositions. These are hankering, this is cry, this is yearning, this is realization. This is meditation. This means meditation. Otherwise it is dry meditation. Without love, it is dry meditation. Without love at the center, it is hollow or shallow meditation. Bhagavad Dharma means love, pure love. And love begins with duty. First begins with duty. How can I be trusted by Krishna? By having a good duty report to begin with. By not jumping over. This is why mind control is required, sense control is required, helping us to come to a duty platform. But it is not the end of it. It is not the all of it. Somehow or other in this process, then I need to channelize my ego, egoistic desires, material desires, everything towards one line, in the service of Guru and Gaurang. And that doesn't mean that one need not get married or one need not maybe change ashram or no. In spirit, one has to be truly aligned. And one has to persevere. If I truly feel I'm in obligation, I'm indebted, then how can I not persevere? How can I not continue? How can I not march in? How can I not further share, reveal my heart? And the more I sort myself out, the more I realize it is me who needs sorting. Then help is there round the corner. So Bhagavad Dharma is Dharma of love, of pure love. Love in its pure sense is pure only. And this, the highest, the most sacred, the most asexual relationship is the relationship of a guru and disciple. The most intimate relationship, the most heart-to-heart relationship, not on the physical, sensual platform. Not the relationship of a father and daughter. It's very pure. It should be very pure, the relationship of a father and daughter. The relationship of a mother and son should be very pure. The relationship of brother and sister, very pure it should be. All this relationship should be uncontaminated. This is what family means, is it not? One unit, one bonding, where there is transparency, where there is care, love, openness, one agenda. The relationship between husband and wife. But all this relationship, the relationship with devotees, they stand far beyond than this material mundane relationship, say. And the most intimate, the most deepest, closest relationship one can have is with his Guru Maharaj, is with Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. And if I can tune in myself to that relationship, then I can win the confidence of Krishna. Then I can win the confidence of Yoga Maya. Then that is then, yes, coming under the shelter of Yoga Maya. This is where we are son. Everyone is a son or a daughter. Not now becoming a devotee son, becoming a devotee daughter. Some of us are students, some of us are working people, some of us are retired people. Now become a devotee student. Become a devotee family member, say. That ways we spiritualize that relationship. And we need to take that further ahead, wherein we can have that loving relationship with devotees. Loving relationship with devotees means Vaikuntha environment. Does this somewhat answer your question, Pip?
Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking, you were saying a conditioned soul likes to jump from one thing to another. I thought this was quite interesting because also we were previously discussing it's always in the in-between where the struggles arise. So what's that about? It seems like the conditioned soul is addicted to his own demise.
Conditioned soul is addicted to his conditioning. He's addicted to his own understanding, thoughts, ideas, and his own ways. That is his conditioning, deep-rooted. He's conditioned to his I, me, and mine. And externally, he tries to put on a good culture. In sadhaka settings, he tries to show. And this should be done. It should be done. Culture and etiquette should never be missed as such. It is not good to miss out on culture and etiquette. So that morality should be maintained for progressive one's progress, realization, and cultivation. But this jumping mentality, yes, it is this jumping mentality, and which has to be sorted out, which has to be looked out. That no more jumping now. So one has to do good japa, good attentive japa, good reading, good hearing. Go into one sacred space. Go into one sacred time. Have a good assessment of one's life. Share, reveal a bit. See what is life. How do I want to shape up my life? Where would I want to see myself? In many interviews, this is a common question, I believe, right? Where do you want to see yourself 5 years down the line, 3 years? Conditioned soul doesn't know. He's being taken over by his karma, desires and all. Generally speaking, in interviews, it's very much lying, very much fabrication. How can I come across as a suitable candidate? So it's not like us, where would we want to see ourselves, say when we are 40 or 50 or 60 or 70? If not in this life, I want to give up my makeup, then which life? So for once, let me take a break, let me take a pause, let me just relax, let me just focus in Krishna consciousness for a week or two and try to calm myself down with some good association, reading, hearing, japa, and then take stock of life and see where it leads me. And move on from there, move on from there. If someone can continue in the practice of Krishna consciousness, you never know, one might strike gold. And if someone has to lose, what is there to lose? Nothing much to lose. And to gain, one can gain beyond his imagination. All this is Bhagavad Dharma, very nicely capsulated in Srimad Bhagavatam, especially 1.5.17, 1.5.18. त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणं भुजामहरे भजन अपक्वो यतो अथो पतेति यदो ततो यदि यत्र क्वा भद्रम अभूदमुष्य किम को वा अर्थो अभजताम अस्वापतम. That what good is there? Someone very materially very accomplished, but Krishna consciously very unsettled. What good is there? What did you attain? Materially very accomplished, materially very attached, very loyal, very duty bound. And Krishna consciousness, okay, yes. Krishna consciousness can never be a side business. It should not be taken as a side business. So this is why there are two things. One is again a devotee student or a devotee teacher or a devotee job seeker, devotee worker, say devotee housewife or housewife devotee or a student devotee. Where do we want to see ourselves? What is our top priority? And then it is externally, internally, we should be a devotee. In the garb of a student, in the garb of a job goer, in the garb of a businessman, in the garb of a fighter. Main priority is understanding Bhagavad Dharma, Krishna consciousness, practicing Krishna consciousness. Otherwise we are missing out. Otherwise we have not got the point. Does this something on the lines? Okay, thank you very much for your time and patience. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी।
Bhakta Shish Prabhu ki jai.